In my most recent WCA competition, I managed to get my first ever gold medal. But before we get to this point, let's go back to the beginning. So the competition kicked off with 4x4 round 1, and I have to say I think I did pretty well, getting a 49 average and a 42 single. That gave me 6th place and getting me to the finals pretty easily. Now I am very happy for this result, even though it's not a PR or anything, but especially for those events that they are not my main, I didn't really have a lot of time to practice them beforehand, so getting anything like this, which is pretty close to my PR, is pretty good, I would say. It could have been better, but I'm not complaining. Up next is 2x2 round 1, and here I also managed to get to the finals, getting 10th place, but my average being a low 4, it could have been better, because now I average around 3, like high 3, but I'm not disappointed because since I'm through to the finals, I have potential to get something better. Next up is Pyraminx round 1, which is one of my main events and probably the event that I put the most time of before the competition to practice. So here I was hoping for a pretty good result. I would be disappointed, I should say, if I didn't get a podium, because I believed that I could achieve it. And on the first round I got 3rd place with a 431 average, which is not bad. It's very close to my PER, but at home a lot of times I can do sub 4 averages, so I knew I was a bit disappointed, but at the same time I'm 3rd, it's not a bad average, so I can't complain. I am up there on the top level, so I was pretty optimistic to going to the finals. Up next we have square 1 round 1. Now in this round I got a 25-second average. This is not PR, but it could have been if I didn't get so many parities. In 4 out of the 5 solves it had a parity. And basically what this does, it's an extra algorithm to tackle the case, and it takes like 5 seconds, because I can't do it and I do it pretty badly, to be honest. So if these parities were like way less and I had 2 out of 5 or maybe even 1 out of 5 or something, this would have probably been a personal record average, but still it's not bad. 25, I'm not complaining with this. So I got 7th place, through to the finals, so it's okay. Now we're done with the first half of the day and we're moving to the second half, where all the finals take place. The first one being 2x2. Now on this round I managed to improve totally from the first round, having a better average and a better single, but still it was not enough to break my 340 average, which I've gotten 3 times or something. But I cannot complain. This is a pretty good improvement, and I got 7th place in an event like 2x2 where I practice but not that much like others, so I'm pretty happy with this. Four by 4 is up next, and I managed to get almost the same times as the first round, having again a 49 average and a 42.96 single. On the first one I had a 42.95, so very consistent over here. Now again, for 4x4 I got 6th place. This is not a PR, and so far during this entire day I have not gotten a single PR yet, but I'm not worrying about it right now. It's a pretty good result for me, so I'll take it. And the penultimate round of this day is square 1 finals. So here, as you can see, I started way better than in the first round, getting a 22, another 22, and then a 20. And it was all looking so promising, and I thought I could get a PR. All these singles that I mentioned could have been a PR single, but they weren't, but still I was very happy. And then I counted 34 and it all got ruined. But still, I'm not complaining. I got 7th place again. And like at that point I wasn't really caring about square 1, because next up is Pyraminx, and that's where my attention was drawn to. Now it's finally time for Pyraminx finals. the event that I may or may not have a chance to get a podium at. So the average started off very well with a sub 4 single. Now the next solve could have been better, but I'm not complaining with a 4.45, it's still very good. Now for this third solve, I actually managed to get the exact same time as the previous one, getting a 4.45 again. So now, as you can see, the cube is a bit misaligned, but it wasn't actually +2. I could see that it wasn't, but my judge was not sure about it, so we had to call it delicate. But it was fine in the end. Again, this solve is not great, not bad, but we take those, it's okay. The next solve was pretty good for me, getting another sub 4 solve, and now I have a sub 4 counting, so yeah, very good. Now this final solve ended up being the worst of the average, having to flip the entire cube to fix that tip in the back, but it's okay. In the end, it was a pretty good average. I didn't know it at the time, but I have won. So guys, this is the end of the first day of the competition, so I was super happy ending this day, since I've never actually won a competition. This is my first ever gold medal, and I was incredibly happy at this point. Now this is also the end of the video. This is only part 1 of the 2-part series about this competition, and the second part will feature everything about the second day. On what I did on clock, what my sister did on clock because she did very well, and in the end, trying to desperately keep this PR streak alive. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next part, and I will see you there. Goodbye.